So now we are moving to the next important concept. As I told you, international date line. This is what we call it as international date line, dear boys. You know, just few minutes back I told you the whole world is divided into 24 time zones. So this is what we call it as international date line. This we call it as 0 degree that passes through the Greenwich city, London. Moving towards that side, it is east. From 0 degree equator, which we call it as a Greenwich meridian or a prime meridian or a central meridian, to the left of it, that we call it as east, and to the right of it, we call it as west. Now, let us try to understand how this works. Dear students, this 0 degree equator, that what we call it as, 0 degree Greenwich meridian line, that we call it also prime meridian, coming to this side, from 0 to 15 degree, there is a gap of 1 hour. See the bottom side, if you consider, it is 12 noon in Greenwich city. Assume that if it is 12 noon, 12 p.m. in Greenwich city, and to the 15 degree, it is 1, and it will go to p.m. 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., like that it keeps on moving. So therefore, for every 15 degree, there is a time of 1 hour of gap. For the 15 degree, it is 1 hour. For 30 degree, it is 2 hours. For 45 degree, it is 3 hours. For 60 degree, it is 4 hours. Like that, it keeps on moving. Coming to the last part here, which I want to explain. Here it is 12 p.m. and in this 12 a.m. from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. it is exactly opposite to this. And why I have demarcated this line in a zigzag way? Because this is what we call it as international date line, which I have already written here. You can see 180 degree ideal. Ideal means international date line. Here, this is what we call it as international date line, which is demarcated in a pink color piece of chalk. And this line, that is in a zigzag way because it is not touching any of the land masses. That is, on a Pacific Ocean, it is demarcated, and we have taken this. And this is from here onwards, it is west, and from here to the right side, it is east. So therefore, this line is exactly opposite to 0 degree Greenwich meridian. Now, let us have a discussion on why this east I have indicated with the plus and west indicated with the minus sign. It's very simple. If you in the previous video, I have told you one concept that is all about east gain day, west lose day. And I have told you that we'll have a discussion while discussing on international date line, and it is a time for us to discuss on this issue, that is west and east, why I have demarcated with the minus and plus sign. Here it is. From 0 degree equator to, if you take Indian Standard Time, just few minutes back we had a discussion on Indian Standard Time. What is Indian Standard Time? 82.5 degree east longitude, isn't it? Now see here, if I consider this as 82.5 degree east, somewhere in between 75 degree to 90 degree in between, we can expect this 82.5 degree east. That I will go with the dotted lines. For your easy to identify this 82.5 degree, I will go with this dotted line. Here it is. I will consider this as 82.5 degree east longitude, which is called as Indian Standard Time. Okay. See the gap between London to India, what is the time gap from London to India? Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In between 5 and 6, we can see this dotted line. So therefore, there is almost 5 hour 30 minutes or 5.5 hour gap between India to London, that is 0 degree Greenwich meridian. From here to here we have a time gap. Like that, if you have an atlas in your home, you just compare with some of the other western countries to our India. See your watch now, right now. If it is the time what it is showing in your watch, compare with other countries. You should know, very important, which country that passes, that what is the country that is the central meridian of Canada, that is the central meridian of states, or United States of America, or Brazil, or Argentina, whichever the country that you take to the western part or to the eastern part. From India or from Greenwich meridian, you just have a comparison. You can see the comparison. What is the time gap from east to the west? And if you take America, somewhere it comes over here in this region. Just imagine, it's an example. What is the time gap from present time? What is the present time in America and what is the present time in India? See here, if it is 4:30 here, now it is 4:30 here, we are falling somewhere in between here. 4:30, you should go back. Just now I told, if you want to take to the west direction, then you should go with the minus. Here it is 4 o'clock in India, 4:30 in India, 4:30. Now if you come here, it is 3:30, 2:30, 1:30, 12:30, 11:30, 10:30, 9:30, 8:30, 7:30, 6:30. Now the time in America is somewhere around 6:30. If it is PM here, then what is there? It is somewhere around AM. If you see here, 6:30 AM, it's morning. 8th September, 6:30 AM in America, now the time is. So that is how we should calculate the time zone. That is how we should calculate the time zone from one region to another region. If you want to go to the east, then you will go with the plus indication. Plus indication, or if you want to go to the west, it is go to minus indication. So therefore, the person who travels, listen carefully, the person who travel from east to west, he will gain a day. At the same time, the person who travels from west to east, he will lose a day. So that is what I told you, east gain and west lose. Is it clear, boys? So this is very important point that you need to be focused, and this picture or this diagram that clearly explains about our international date line, how we will calculate the time from one country to another country. If it is 4 o'clock here, what is the time in America? And if you know the time in America, then you should know on which longitude that America central meridian passes. Only if you have that data in your mind, then you can easy to calculate after writing this diagram. So if you go to the west, it is minus. If you go to the east, it will be plus. So this is a very simple method. In order to make you this concept very clear, I have taken this, I have drawn this diagram, and I hope it is very clear to you. Rest of the things that we shall have a discussion in our next class, and that ends your chapter, dear boys. Earth, our living planet, this chapter came to an end with this concept, and this is the last concept in your textbook. As I told you already, you need to focus to your studies, and whatever the textbooks that you have to take, that please take now itself. It is very much available in KTBS, Karnataka State Textbook Society. I hope I have told you this in my previous video as well. KTBS, Karnataka State Textbook Society. If you type this in this Google search, you will get the website, and there you can select your class subject and the medium to download your textbook. At least whatever the concepts that we are reaching to you, those chapters that you should download and you need to be focused more. So these are the words from my side, dear boys, and rest of the concepts that we shall have a discussion in our next class. Until that, we'll take a break. Thank you.